Enjoy the rest of Tech World.
Thank you for that interesting session, Ms. Rogers. Before moving on to the next session, we would like for our attendees to answer the following question. By 2025, we're working to have 35%, B 75%, and C 85% of Lenovo products vetted by Lenovo's Product Diversity Office.
Now, no conversation on enabling a smarter world is complete without education. I would like to invite Mr. Rohit Midda, Director Sales Solution and Services Group, Lenovo India, to address us on smart education. Joining him will be Professor Sasmita Samanta, Professor of Management and Honorable Vice Chancellor of KIIT, deemed to be University Bhubaneswar, Odisha. The emergence of blended and remote learning has brought in unprecedented transformation to education, bringing with it opportunities and challenges. Over to you, Mr. Midda.
Good morning, everyone. For years, our customers have known us as the manufacturer of world-class technology products, and our customers love us for our product quality, innovation, reliability, and services. And here we are, transforming from being a hardware vendor to a solution and services partner for our customers. At Lenovo, we believe education is a human right and has the immense power to transform. Education is the foundation of a better future, breaking down barriers, fostering equitable learning experiences, lifting the next generation through opportunity. Our vision of delivering smarter technology for all is about driving real, meaningful impact through technology. We envision a world where every person, student, educator, business has the access to the technology that allows them to achieve their own intelligent transformation. We bring technology to not only assist teachers and parents to effectively impart knowledge, but also empower students with information right at their fingertips. Our endeavor is to enable the education ecosystem adopt new learning pedagogies and ensure uninterrupted education. Now, as institutes reopen, just like in the business world, hybrid scenarios are under consideration as permanent options. Our beliefs drive us to action with a mission to inspire and empower the future of learning. And we do this in three ways. One, by empowering and supporting IT with solutions built specifically to address the unique needs and challenges of education. Two, by inspiring faculty and staff with reliable, easy to use technology with built-in security so they can deliver great student experiences wherever learning happens. And three, by fostering student achievement with innovative, forward-looking edtech that prepares the students with the skills for workplace and career. As a technology leader, Lenovo is committed to advancing technology to meet tomorrow's education challenges, covering the entire device lifecycle across hardware, software, services, and support. We could help you choose the perfect devices for your students, faculty, staff and administrators, and enable hybrid learning and collaboration. Together with our partners, we could offer smart classroom solutions to connect students with faculty and staff and with each other seamlessly with built-in security. And we could offer all of this under our device as a service model, giving you the flexibility to pay as you go. With the pandemic, the world of education has gone through a period of change, adapting, adopting, and evolving. When the pandemic struck, the Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology, KIIT, had to enable students to learn effectively and seamlessly, even in a remote environment. All of this covering 23 campuses, more than 2,500 faculty, and approximately 30,000 students. Lenovo helped KIIT mitigate its IT challenges, providing a tailored solution through Lenovo Services and SmartFeed solution, ensuring students were equipped with the right technology. Now I welcome the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Susmita Samanta of KIIT, to discuss how the pandemic impacted KIIT and its immediate stakeholders, and how Lenovo partnered with KIIT to address these challenges through our solutions and services. Ma'am, once again, thank you very much for joining this, and we really thank you for your business. Ma'am, you've had an illustrious career in the field of academics, and can I start by requesting you to share a glimpse of your professional journey with our audience?
Myself, Professor Susmita Samant, Vice Chancellor of KIIT University. I started my career in KIIT 26 years back, and always my effort is there as the leader to develop an ecosystem which can provide not only the facilities, but also the motivation, the enthusiasm, and also create aspirations among the learners and the faculties to innovate and to present to the world with the newness. So that was always the effort in KIIT University.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, if I could ask you, according to you, we've all been talking about the pandemic, and how did the pandemic change the educational ecosystem and the structure in the country? For you who's been so long associated with the education system in this country, could you share your observations and your insights?
I hope this COVID-19 has disrupted the education sector the most. Yes. And the children in the schools and the universities, they are directly affected by this pandemic. And I remember that on 17th of March, while we closed down KIIT in 2019, and we requested all the students and faculty staff to go home, and just after one day, I came with a proposal that we can start online classes for the students. That was possible because of the presence of the technology and know-how about the technology with all the stakeholders of the university, including students, faculties, and staff. I very well remember that in 2001, KIIT started providing laptops to each one of the students in the campus. And during that time, also in 2003, we had supplied Lenovo laptop to the students. And since 2001, each one of the faculty, staff, and students are provided with the laptop. And being a reputed institution in professional studies, always KIIT has major focus on providing the technological solutions to the faculties and the students, as such the students and faculties can be very close to the technological innovations. It is the first campus in the country, being the Wi-Fi campus. This is the first campus in the country, providing the instrument to each one of the students, faculties, and staff to get closer to the technology. And today, after outbreak of COVID-19, we could start online classes, we could start online practical classes, we could engage the students digitally with different activities. It can be the students' activities, it can be the innovations activities in the incubation center, it can be entrepreneurial activities, development activities, whatever was possible. That is because of the awareness of the students about the technology and their engagement with the technology and the confidence built up in the campus about the use of the technology.
Wow, and it's so encouraging to hear that you actually came up with that proposal within the first day of starting online classes. Absolutely encouraging. Ma'am, in your opinion, what is the role of technology? And you did mention some parts of it, but and what are the kind of things that educational institutes like yours have adopted over the last 2 years?
In last 2 years, as I said, that just after one day, we could start online classes by using different online platforms. It was sometimes some faculties use Zoom, some faculties use the Google Meet and Google Classrooms for taking the classes, and some people use the Microsoft Meet, and many local platforms were also used. The new platforms developed by the students and faculties of this university in the incubation center, they were also being used for teaching the students. And after that, we had subscribed to many virtual classes, particularly developed by Ministry of Education, Government of India, with support of all the premier institutions of this country. Second, we used different online platforms available to teach the students. Nowadays, many online platforms are available in the name of Coursera, Udemy, all those things.
Yes.
So they are also being used to teach the students. And as KIT being the major subscribers of the e-resources, we have developed our own developed software to provide the e-resources at the house of each one of the student and the faculty members. Because of that, we could make all the faculties and students learn in our digital library from their home itself. Because we are that much equipped as such, we could develop a software immediately. And the integrated software being used in KIT University, integrating the academics, integrating the platforms, the Moodle, and also the I can say that customized examination system. We can integrate 3-4 modules. As such, the examination system developed in KIT, perhaps it was one of the first development to conduct online examination for 30,000 students and around 1.5 lakhs courses in different diverse fields. And because of that, we could survive in this COVID-19. And the experience of the students, we have never found that it was very difficult to connect with the students digitally.
Ma'am, at Lenovo, we are very, very, very proud to be a partner with KIT, and we thank you for the opportunity. I know you have a very tight schedule. I just have a question or two more. Ma'am, if you could, in your words, help the audience understand how Lenovo helped you in this times, and what are the kind of services and solutions where Lenovo and KIT partnered to ensure in the continuation of this education and education not getting impacted by this unprecedented lockdown, ma'am. So over to you.
As I said that we provide the gadgets to each one of the students and the faculties to get engaged with to stay connected to the technology. And I appreciate that Lenovo has supported this initiative of KIT maybe before 1 decade or maybe 15 years back. Also, we had subscribed for Lenovo laptop, and I have personally used the Lenovo laptop also in last 2 decades. And we all are finding that yes, Lenovo solution is being appreciated by the students a lot. Of course, the new innovations coming in the laptop, the innovations we are aspiring, or if a student is using one laptop this year, maybe next year students' aspiration also increases. And all the tech providers now coming with very good solutions. We appreciate the contribution of Lenovo for that. But other things I would like to appreciate IBM and Lenovo, that they are supporting us in delivering our educational system in more effective way. I remember we partnered with Lenovo a few years, around 5-6 years back. As such, Lenovo had provided us with the simulation software for the MTech student to get engaged with the tech innovation system. Now we are having 2-3 Lenovo labs for our tribal students, those who are working on different tech innovations activities. And yesterday, just I was discussing with the Diploma Engineering and Industrial Technology Institutes and the Skill Development School of KIT. They were also very much interested to have one skill development center of Lenovo as such their students can be engaged there and they can get learnings about the new technologies coming in this way. And I hope that after this COVID-19, those tech in the institutions, in the way they have come up, the solutions they are bringing to the world, perhaps their innovations, their discoveries have saved this world during this COVID-19, and the whole aspirations of this generation has changed from this technology sector. And I hope that Lenovo will be bringing much more good solutions to this generation, and maybe it will be matching to the aspiration of this generation ahead.
Absolutely, ma'am. Thank you so much. It's our endeavor just not to be known for the world-class products that we manufacture, but to also be a partner with you in your solutions and services journey. Ma'am, with that, I would like to thank you for taking the time to talk to us, sharing your views. It was really a pleasure hearing you, ma'am, and I thank you once again for not just your time, but also the opportunity to partner with you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Honorable Vice Chancellor of KIT, Professor Susmita Samanta, talking about her take on the evolving role of technology in education and the partnership of KIT and Lenovo in embracing smarter education for uninterrupted learning. The Kalinga Institute of Technology is an excellent example of an education institute which is futuristic and well adapted to deliver smarter education for the future and audience of tomorrow. And Lenovo successfully partnered with KIT to help achieve this. Before I end, we understand the challenges the education segment faces with ever-changing models of teaching, learning, and collaborating, all while managing cost, efficiency, and security, keeping students on course from anywhere in more personalized ways. As the world's leading provider of education technology, Lenovo is committed to solving these challenges. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Midda and Honorable Vice Chancellor and Professor Samanta. It is amazing how the education sector is transforming in the wake of COVID. Smart solutions play such an important role here, and more important are smart partnerships and collaborations. Surely you are well on your way to realizing your vision of delivering smarter technology for all, to envision a world where every student, educator, and business has access to technology. And now for the audience to complete this statement based on what they heard about the Lenovo KIIT Association. Lenovo helped KIIT identify its IT challenges, providing a tailored solution through Lenovo services and A. Smart fleet solutions, B. Smart edu solutions, or C. Smart support solutions.
Well, that was impressive. Addressing our next session on smart enterprise is Mr. Charles Furland, General Manager, Edge Computing and Communication Service Providers, Lenovo Infrastructure Solutions Group. Mr. Furland will talk about edge computing. He leads the strategy, product development and go-to-market definition for the DCG Edge and Telco segment, and his team is actively developing, optimizing and supporting telco solutions ready to be deployed in NFV and 5G infrastructure. So we're used to everything being in the data center. Yet today, there is so much data on the edge. What does that mean for you? Let's listen in.
This is Barcelona, a city where you experience history and tradition, but here's where you go to experience the future as well. This is the story of how Lenovo is transforming Barcelona into a smart city.
The smart city itself is really improving the life of the inhabitant. We're using technology to make an environment that is safer, that is easier to travel, and deliver a lot more information when we need it, where we need it.
Well, the term is new, but the concept is not. Ancient Roman cities were using smart cities in the past because they were using the technology, for instance, aqueducts, to improve their citizens' lives. Connectivity is critical because we need to have full social inclusion. We're in a journey to digital transform Barcelona.
Behind me is La Sagrada Familia. It's still under construction and has been this way for almost 140 years. Take a look at the majesty of this building.
This is smart tourism, one of many benefits of a smart city.
Barcelona es un nodo en una red de ciudades y lo que nosotros hemos intentado es conseguir darle luz a ese nodo como un espacio donde la tecnología sea realmente algo importante que esté presente en la vida de la gente.
Let's take a look at how edge servers work. They live inside street cabinets, like this one.
These edge servers are going to be distributed on the streets of Barcelona in thousands of locations.
What we're doing is bringing the computing power that we have in a traditional data center very, very close where the information, the data is being generated.
Normally, when we use our devices, the data travels to a server somewhere far away. The information is processed, then returned to us.
The greater the distance, the greater the latency. And that really hinders the user experience.
Edge servers allow data processing to happen close by, giving us low latency.
Traditional servers are designed to operate in a data center similar to the one behind me, which means there's a controlled environment, controlled temperature. Lenovo and Intel collaborated very closely in designing some of the smallest ruggedized servers that are able to operate in the warm days of Barcelona in the summer, as well as in the cold, humid night in the winter. We're able to distribute the network capacity, which is adding more capacity when there's more users.
We have been working with Lenovo in open innovation to define the edge computing product with faster response from the network and more devices connected. Cellnex is the main independent infrastructure telco provider in Europe. Lenovo and Cellnex have a strong relationship with the startup ecosystem, universities, and research centers.
Together, they're working on a smart project to improve daily life.
We're using video cameras to monitor what's happening on the streets, along with some edge servers located nearby.
These servers analyze the video feed, and if there's no incident, discard the data. But if there is an accident, edge computing servers will contact the authorities and notify other vehicles to avoid the area. Cellnex built a lab that now uses Lenovo servers to test traffic scenarios, such as the ability for cars to receive information from traffic lights before turning red, so they stop and consume less gas.
Tenemos un compromiso para poder incorporar las soluciones tecnológicas amplias. No sea una ciudad cerrada, sino una ciudad abierta. Lenovo ahí pues, nos ha permitido profundizar en eso.
Lenovo's innovation around technology is really to help our partners solve some of the world's greatest challenges. Have a better planet to live in that is more eco-friendly and sustainable.
From powering Barcelona's connectivity to one of the world's most advanced supercomputers, Lenovo is innovating smarter technology for all.
Thank you, and welcome to Tech World India 2022. My name is Charles Frillen. I'm the General Manager and Vice President of Edge Computing and a communication service provider. I'm going to talk to you about edge computing. And really the simplest definition I can offer is the compute capability that exists outside of the data center. So the same performance, the same compute capability we're used to in the data center, but outside of the data center. That could be in a school, a manufacturing, a retail store, on an oil rig in the middle of the ocean. This is really the capability to extract insight and process the data where it's created, where the users are actually using it. Gartners predict that by 2025, 75% of the data will be processed outside of the data center. And it makes a lot of sense because the center of gravity of the compute has always been the data. In the time of the mainframe, we have everything in the data center. Nowadays, there's such a massive amount of data created at the edge. Just think about the high definition cameras filming 24/7 in environment. We need to bring the compute capability closer to where this data is processed to analyze it right then and there and deliver insight to the users right then and there. Of course, when you're leaving the secure and cozy environment of the data center to operate at the edge, there's an all new set of challenges. The environmentals, for example. You need to have a compute capability to operate in a wider temperature range. That might be dusty, very humid, very dry. There's an all new set of security challenge. The device itself, how do you protect it? And actually the data it contains, how do you make sure it's not tampered with? Now, of course, how do you manage a highly distributed compute fabric like this? We have the right tool set to manage hundreds or thousands of servers in the data center, but now we flip this around and we have to manage a few devices in thousands of locations. So we need to have the proper management tools. This is why Lenovo's three main divisions came together to create a ThinkEdge portfolio, to really address those challenges. From the laptop division, we learned how to build at scale very ruggedized, very compact devices. From our wireless division, we learned how to bring wireless capability on our ThinkEdge portfolio to have a highly efficient communication protocol over wireless technology, because some of these remote locations don't have physical network. From the data center group, not only did we learn how to build high performance servers, but also highly reliable, extremely resilient, so that we never have to go to the edge and service these devices. So all three divisions of Lenovo came together to create the ThinkEdge portfolio. That portfolio ranges from edge gateways with the ThinkEdge SC30, 50, and 70, all the way to the ThinkEdge servers with the ThinkEdge SC350 and 450. All of those devices are much smaller. They're all very ruggedized so that they can operate in harsh environment. They sustain a high level of temperature. They sustain a high level of shock and vibration. There's also a lot of security innovation that we brought into this portfolio. For example, we have anti-theft screws on some of these servers, or even put motion detector in some of them so that if somebody steals the device, the data is automatically locked up. We also engineered the acoustic to be extremely quiet, because we understand that when you take this server outside of the data center and bring it closer to the users, the last thing they want to hear is a noisy fans cooling down the system. So we designed this system to be extremely quiet. So our entire ThinkEdge portfolio, combined with our Think System portfolio in the data center, really offer a complete edge-to-cloud solution with the same look and feel, the same administration tool that you're used to from Lenovo. Being the general manager of edge computing, I actually get the benefit to talk to many of the customers about their use cases all over the world. I talk to fishermen in the Gulf of Mexico who are onboarding our ThinkEdge servers on their boat, connect them to cameras, and through a special software are able to measure the size of the fish. And if they're too small, throw them back to the water. Or the software is able to recognize an endangered species, and again, identify them so the fishermen can throw them back in the water. Obviously, you don't have all the network capability to bring this information to the cloud somewhere, process it, and return that information. You need to process that right then and there on the fisherman boat in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. I also talked to farmers in the UK who are actually putting edge servers in those farms and using a special software that is uniquely able to identify each one of the animal and monitor their behavior. So if one of them is stopped eating and drinking a lot of water, for example, that might be an early sign that this animal is actually sick, and notify right away the farmer to isolate this animal and prevent the disease to spread and giving antibiotics to all the other animals. But as you can imagine, it would be pretty difficult to bring all of this video information to a cloud environment because the network capacity where farms are typically located is very low or very expensive. So bringing the compute capability closer to where the data is created, directly at the farm, is crucial. I'm talking to a plant manufacturing in Canada who actually are using edge servers directly in the factory, and they've trained that software to recognize dangerous material. If one of that dangerous material becomes too close to some of the workers, notify them and stop the supply chain process immediately, protecting the safety and life of the employees. In the last few years, a lot of retailers also looked at implementing self-checkout counter. Unfortunately, with self-checkout counters, some people forget to scan objects. And in that context, it can lead to a lot of loss in profit for these retailers. Some of them install edge computing directly in the store, connect them with cameras that is monitoring this area. And if somebody forgets to scan an object, the software directly running on the servers is processing this information and right away is able to recognize that an object has been forgotten to be scanned, send a message to that customers saying, hey, by the way, are you sure you have not forgot to scan this object, and show them a picture. And 80% of the time, the person rescanned the object. But if you had to take all of this video information, upload that to a data center somewhere, process it, and return the information, precious seconds would have elapsed. And maybe by then, the customer would have left without having that crucial insight that can help you. Many of the smart cities are also looking at deploying edge computing to improve the quality of life of their inhabitants or the people visiting their cities, such as the city of Barcelona, for example, who has an application for smarter tourism where you can use your phone and use a camera to look at the building in front of you. And the data is, instead of being relayed to a data center hundreds or thousands of kilometers away, is relayed to a servers hundreds of meters away and returns to you architectural information about the building in front of you. That use case would not be possible if the data had to travel on a long distance. Or traffic management. How can you improve the traffic management in Delhi, for example? Right? By recognizing an incident at a corner of a street and processing that information right at the street corner, recognizing the incident and rerouting the traffic to other areas of the city. Again, if you had to bring all of those video cameras to a central location, the amount of network would simply be too big. Edge computing is clearly the next frontier for us to conquer, right? To gain competitive advantage, for enterprise to become smarter and getting faster insight with the data created directly at the edge. Lenovo is proud to be innovating in the latest edge technology and giving you the tools to solve some of your biggest challenge. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Furland. It's truly mind-boggling to understand the true potential of edge computing, be it for smarter tourism or traffic management or so much more. Time for a quick pop quiz. What percentage of data will actually be processed outside the data center by 2025 according to Gartner? A, 50%, B, 75%, or C, 60%? Go on, faster finger first.
Right, I hope all of you got the right answer. Hybrid and remote working is here to stay, but are we ready? Showcasing the opportunities, we'd like to invite Wendy Wong, Director, Asia Pacific Services Marketing, Lenovo Solutions and Services Group, to speak about the growing importance of a smart workplace owing to the changing work environment. Wendy currently leads the AP Services product marketing team responsible for the roadmap, advocacy, enablement, overall articulation and integration of AP IDG services portfolio into one Lenovo business model. We also have Mr. Navneethan M, Chief Information Security Officer and Head IT Grow, on how partnering with Lenovo helped Grow ensure smooth operations even during scale-up. Grow is an online investment platform that allows users to explore various investment options and invest in a hassle-free manner. Over to you, Wendy.
Hello Team India, welcome to Tech World. My name is Wendy. I lead the AP Service Product Marketing team. I've been asked to talk to you today about the smart workplace. We're beginning to see that the adoption of smart workplace has made it become a new standard for Lenovo, our customers, and the market at large. Let's understand what a smart workplace is. There are a couple of prominent features about smart workplace. Firstly, it allows users to work seamlessly. We've got a physical environment we work with, which is our offices and our homes. We've got a virtual environment we work with as we collaborate and discuss and work with our colleagues in different offices remotely and in different parts of the world. Secondly, smart workplace allows end users to work intuitively. As and when we need, whether we need to work on our PCs, our notebooks, our tablets at home, in the office, in a cafe, on the move. It allows us to cater to a diversity of work styles and needs. Finally, Smart Workplace allows end users to work more productively. Because of the access of information, software, and data assets at our fingertips, we are all working better, faster, and smarter. Was Smart Workplace always meant to be here? I think the answer is yes, because of the emergence of new technology that becomes available to everyone and the proliferation of that technology in our lives. As a result, it's really beginning to drive a change of working style and the change of working preferences in a multi-generation workforce. Of course, the pandemic plays a great part in being a catalyst to bring the timeline of adoption very far forward. Increasingly, we're beginning to hear a lot of, I work when I need, I work when I want, I work when I'm most productive. I'm accountable for my productivity, I'm accountable for the results that I drive, I'm not accountable for when I clock in and clock out. Therefore, I need my equipment and applications to be ready, reliable, dependable all the time whenever I need it. It does sound like it's all about technology. However, the ability to be able to implement and manage that technology optimally is what drives positive impact to end users, to IT managers, and to business owners. Lenovo Services helps our customers to navigate that complexity by allowing them to reduce their risk by leveraging on our expertise and our proven best practices. It allows them to have a greater ease of adoption because we're helping them to deploy and manage that technology. And finally, we're delivering a high level of accountability through a white glove experience of working with them to consult and to deliver and to scale out. Lenovo Services works with customers to whiteboard, tailor, and design every smart workplace solution that they need. We work with our customers through pre-stage technology in our manufacturing and supply chains. We work with our customers to pilot, to deploy, to scale out that smart workplace to all their users wherever they might be. We help our customers to support, manage, and optimize that technology in the term of use. And at the end of that term, whenever new technology is available in the market, we work with our customers to upgrade and renew that technology. So you can see that services plays a really big role in enabling smart workplace for our customers. When a smart workplace is delivered and managed optimally, what are the benefits that a customer does see? Well, first and foremost, they will see that they have a greater flexibility and agility in their infrastructure. They're beginning to experience a transformed and scalable infrastructure because they are leveraging on the partnerships that Lenovo has with industry leaders like VMware, Microsoft, and Intel. They will also see that their workforce is productive and collaborative because we are delivering a secure, collaborative experience to their end customers by being able to predict and resolve all issues very quickly and maximizing their uptime. They will see that they have a greater sustainability because we're delivering auditable paper trails with the integrated services and processes and technology we're delivering in their environment. And when all that comes together, most importantly, they will now be able to know that their workforce is productive and collaborative and turn their focus to driving their front-end business and delivering profits, revenue growth for their shareholders. I'm pleased to have many customers work with Lenovo Services over the year, buying services from us and coming back time and time again to say, can you help me more? Grow India is an online investment platform recently valued at $3 billion. And Grow India started out buying premier support and are returning for security solutions and more complex services. I'd like to hear a little bit about the experience that Grow has had with Lenovo. I'd like to welcome CIO and Head of IT, Mr. Navnithan M.
At Grow, we provide our users a platform where they can explore various investment options like stocks, mutual funds, and invest without any hassles. Apart from mutual funds, our other key verticals include fixed deposits, stocks, and gold. We have evaluated close to $1 billion USD. We are headquartered at Bangalore with around close to 13 million customers across India. When we started out, we were looking for a technology partner who could help us scale and offer timely end-to-end support. We needed a service that could help us to get back on track within seconds if we ran into a problem. It's much like a Formula One car, right? It's getting fixed at pit stop. That's where the Lenovo fits into the bill as a technology partner. As a startup, it's difficult for the IT team to run a business and simultaneously provide customer support to our employees to resolve the issues. Trying to balance the two both impact each engineer and developer, thereby impacting our productivity. With its premium support, Lenovo offers a dedicated customer support service that's quick and accessible via both WhatsApp and an email. Just we only need to drop WhatsApp message and the Lenovo executive will assign a tickets to get it solved as soon as possible. You immediately have a team that will help you to solve the problems where you are experiencing. We had to scale up our procurement of IT hardware devices with the different configurations as per the user requirements. Being the Chief Information Security Officer and Head of IT, I also needed to ensure that these devices are deployed very securely. The amount of sensitive data that we deal with the mandates that we consider security parameters like EDR, XDR, antivirus, and firewalls before choosing a solution. As we were quite satisfied with the Lenovo services, we also avoid a Sentinel-1 license from them to enhance our services and security, especially for the developer working on the financial products. We choose Sentinel-1 not only because it's provided antivirus and EDR solutions, but also because it can be integrated with our environment and customized. We do not have to worry about any malicious files being integrated into the systems that might compromise ours and our customers' data. Like most of the organizations, COVID-19 forced us to start working remotely from 2020. Consequently, we started revamping our IT infrastructure as we don't have the usual control of our IT environment from our homes. We have to ensure that our employees received preloaded the laptops that were still able to work in a secure environment irrespective of their location. Lenovo was able to procure those laptops despite a crunch in the global supply chain and helped us continue to scale up. For us, Lenovo was never just another vendor. They were part of our organization where their team helped us to automate our scripting and deploy the solutions across the systems through continuous governance calls. Lenovo provides services and solutions that take care of the devices throughout their life cycles. Given how its lifecycle solutions have helped us stay agile till now, we know we can bank on them for any solving issues without any doubts. Lenovo enable us to stick to our mantra of giving our best to our customers while ensuring that our employees are satisfied with the gross IT infrastructure and security controls.
Thank you, Wendy. What an insightful session. Smart Workplace is here to stay, and it's great to see how well it is integrated. Now, based on this session, we urge our audience to answer the following question. Lenovo is transforming workplace experience with A, predictability, scalability, and customization, B, productivity, security, and collaboration, or C, predictability, sustainability, and collaboration.
And now on to our concluding session of Tech World India 2022. Manufacturing in India is one of the fastest growing sectors of our economy. Industry 4.0 is a game changer, and I hear too about Industry 5.0. And as India aspires to become a global manufacturing hub by 2030, widespread digital transformation will be critical to make this a reality. For our last session, we would like to invite Mr. Abhilash GK, BU Head, Software Defined Infrastructure Asia Pacific and Japan, Lenovo, who will showcase technology innovations that drive smart manufacturing with efficiency, reliability, and dynamic flexibility. In this session, Smart Manufacturing. Welcome, Abhilash.
Hello everyone. I hope all of you are doing great and keeping safe. Glad to see you all making this far in the Lenovo Tech World 2022 India edition and understanding how smart technology can enable and future-proof a smarter world. But before we begin, I'd like to give you a quick introduction of myself. I'm Abhilash GK and I run the Software Defined Infrastructure Business Unit of Lenovo ISG in Asia Pacific. And I'm responsible for working with internal and external stakeholders towards building smart infrastructure solutions. Now that we have understood and can visualize what smart healthcare and smart education looks like, let's decode how we can make manufacturing smarter. In fact, later on, I will share an example of how a large manufacturer that accelerated automation to support their rapid business growth. Innovation in the last decade has accelerated, more so in the last 2 years. The current trends of automation, that is effectively Industry 4.0, has created smart factories and enabled businesses to enhance their capabilities. In fact, now we are talking about Industry 5.0, which combines speed, productivity, and consistency of robotics with human innovation and skill. Safe to say, all of this will improve personalization and creativity. But companies must be ready to adopt this progressive way of driving transformation in not just production and also in customer experience if they want to sustain. Now, this is exactly what Hero MotoCorp did. All of us are aware that Hero MotoCorp is the largest two-wheeler manufacturer in the world. With more than 90 million motorbikes and scooters sold to date, they are catering to the fast-growing mobility needs of people all around the world and has an annual production capacity of 9 million units. Now, Hero MotoCorp needed to ensure that its logistics and supply chain run as well as their machine. Now, operating 24/7, the company's Global Parts Center, GPC in Nimrana, ships more than 12,000 spare parts every day. And a critical piece of this puzzle is the automated storage and retrieval system, which is known as ASRS, which effectively controls hundreds of robotic crane arms that handle incoming and outgoing parts with precision, accuracy, and importantly, speed. However, the underlying server infrastructure was outdated and became increasingly unreliable as time went by with frequent outages. Now, every time such an outage happened, the location and position of the cranes were reset to the initial state, effectively terminating all operations and requiring a reboot which would wipe out all instructions programmed. Now, all of this resulted in loss of productivity, but more importantly, loss of business. Now, we engaged Hero MotoCorp by starting an in-depth assessment of their IT environment before analyzing the viability of a couple of options and not force a cookie-cutter solution. Now, the architecture designed by Lenovo, which was built on the robust and highly reliable Lenovo hyperconverged system, ensured round-the-clock availability of this ASRS solution. The result? Since migration to the Lenovo infrastructure, Hero MotoCorp experienced zero outages and keeping the impact of any potential future downtime instance to an absolute minimum. Now, this allows Hero MotoCorp to be the leader that they are in the two-wheeler market and more importantly, help provide smart mobility to millions of people across the world. Now, in a data-driven market, more and more manufacturers are benefiting from smarter manufacturing solutions, which provide seamless convergence of scalable hybrid platform that spans right from the edge to the data center to the cloud. Now, in line with our strategy in India and worldwide, it focuses on enabling the data-centered, both businesses and people who leverage data to better cater to their customer bases. So let's join hands and make manufacturing smarter using smarter technology for all. Thank you everyone for your time, and have a good day and stay safe. This is me signing off.
Thank you, Mr. Abhilash. The partnership with Hero MotoCorp demonstrates the benefits of smart manufacturing. Let's say it again. Let's make manufacturing smarter using smarter technology for all. We now request you to answer the final question of Tech World 22 India edition. Which one of the following solutions was deployed by Lenovo at Hero MotoCorp? A. Lenovo 3-tier architecture. B. Lenovo hyper-coverage system. Or C. Lenovo Edge solution.
And with that, we come to the end of the first ever India edition of Tech World 22. Thank you to each one of you who's made this into an absolutely wonderful event. Now, these sessions will be available on Twitter and LinkedIn under the hashtag TechWorldIndia22. So feel free to come back and relive the sessions again. If you do have a favorite session and would like to know more about a certain topic, please feel free to get in touch with us. Drop us your note on Lenovo India's Twitter or Facebook handles. Now, we look forward to seeing you next year at Tech World India Edition 2023. This is Rajiv Makhni
and Nandita Lakshmanan signing off. Wish you a wonderful day ahead.